We can talk about gear. Alright, howdy there, fellow Shadow Priest. People are asking me in my Discord, stop. What's the best comp for Shadow Priest? Stop. What gear do I use? Stop. Is Shadow even good? I would say Shadow is okay. It's pretty solid. It seems like better in Shuffle, weirdly, than it does in live rated arena versus some of the top comps. You'll see like a lot of teams in AWC like owning a Shadow Priest, and then all of a sudden there's just that one comp that completely counters Shadow. Double Dispel from Holy Priest in particular is a huge issue. So seeing like the move play Boomy DH instead of RPS is kind of crazy considering how cracked they are at RPS. But yeah, up to like 2700 MMR in Shuffle, games seem winnable. I just crafted my second embellishment, so I've been playing like kind of scuffed without two embellishments. My gear is a little bit lower than some people who have been like doing PvE and other stuff, but for the most part, I think Shadow is all right. The talents that I'm playing, I generally play something like this. If I think I'm going to be free casting, I will play like double apparitions and even like Dark Ascension, and just the 3 idle build seems really solid. And tangibility is optional. I mean, I don't even know, like I feel like the game is so slow that you end up dispersing like once or twice a game anyway, so I generally feel like survivability isn't an issue not playing it. Personal preference, whatever you choose. A lot of people will not boost the mind games talent as well and go down into like here or something, but yeah, those are optional. I'll link the talents as well. If I think that I'm going to get trained and I really want to play Shadow Crash, I'll definitely play Void Form, and I'm going to drop these 2 idols right here so that I can maintain Shadow Crash, or alternatively you can drop 2 points in Phantasmal Pathogen. I've also experimented with playing Long Devouring Plague over short DP, and I think my conclusion is that although it feels really nice for like the increased apparitions, short DP and just getting more ticks on Screams of the Void and also generating more apparitions just feels better overall. But maybe in a scenario where you're absolutely free casting, you can set up like kind of a crazy burst with proccing your tier set and then doing like 1 or 2 big DPs for like 150k plus, spawning apparitions that will hit for like 80 to 90k, and then also like the Mind Blast and Void Bolts spawning apparitions as well. But that's an option and kind of niche. So let's check out what is the easiest comp or best comp to play. I don't know if this is the best tournament setting comp, but playing this comp on ladder definitely felt really nice. Playing No Voice, Demo, Shadow Play. This is something where you can just hop in LFG and queue up instantly and kind of expect to do pretty solid. The big advantage with Demo is the insane amount of stuns and micro CCs they have, but also the MS is really huge. Like you might play AF play and you might do a ton of damage, but nothing will actually die. I found that Demo is really easy to get kills, especially in dampening. So as a Shadow Priest, your role is to kind of just keep dots on all 3 targets at all times. Definitely want to pressure the healer a lot as this comp, not just with CC, but also with damage. So if you could see how I'm playing positionally, I'm kind of in between the Priest and my Warlock. So you can see like Priest right here, Warlock somewhere over there, me in the middle owning. Just trying to cut him off and be as annoying as possible. Sometimes this does lead to you getting CC'd, like I Rage Trinket the Sphere so I can get out some pumps. Anytime you're in Void Form with PI, you want to maximize damage, so trinketing I feel like is good aggressively so you can do more damage. I'm constantly trying to min-max these little apparitions, so I got my little counter right there so I could spawn my Yogg Saron, which although it is nerfed does do quite a bit of damage. So making sure that I'm only void bolting and only DPing, only mind blasting targets that already have dots on them. If you're DPing someone without a dot on them, without 2 dots on them rather, then you will not be getting the benefit of your apparitions. I think it's actually just VT that you need. I don't know if you actually need Pain too, if for some reason they dispel only 1 dot. Just single targeting the red here, CCing the Priest off cooldown, keeping the pressure up. Also good to harass the Priest, like I said, so looking to get this fear. Mind games, just kind of hitting him in the open, not letting him play in the open. It's really good. Priest is going to run away here, and just that little time it took him to run around the pillar, he missed out on healing his teammates, so I thought that was good for us. Rotationally, I'm just looking to keep my dots up, Mind Blast off cooldown to generate those apps, DP when I have an Insanity to do it, and then Mind Flay Insanity as filler. Have a stun and a silence backup. The big thing with Demo is trying to just stun the one target they don't stun. So in the open, they'll generally stun both the DPS. You could stun the healer. I don't want to just YOLO stun the priest because the red has sync, so I'm going to try to play around my Demo luck and, you know, trying to use that stun to generate pressure instead of just randomly throwing it out. So he's going to stun the priest there. That gives me the cue to stun the ret. The priest is lining me, so I think that was actually a good little setup that we did there. This is no voice too. I'm just looking to see, like, all right, what's he going to stun? What's going to happen? My warlock doesn't even speak English. He knows how to say like 3 words, and that's totally enough for me because we just do damage. Ret gets cloned. I did a bunch of damage into it, unfortunately. MD the Hodge, grip the trap, shield my lock, stand on the druid. Really need to dot this priest out of his angel form. One thing I will say is this priest is kind of trolling, not spamming double dispel. It seems really OP against Shadow Priest and definitely has the globals to do it here, especially in angel form. Kind of hitting the most exposed target, always trying to maximize DPS. If someone has a wall up or like a damage reduction ability, try to maximize your DPS and just hit whoever is in the open. I got the tier set proc, which you could try to play around and be like, oh, I'm going to save all my damage for this, but I think it just kind of happens when it happens, and you're going to have apparitions out either way. If you're doing your rotation, you'll always have apparitions coming, so not too big of a deal. Try to get some CC on this priest, land a silence on the heal. Ret's feared. We overlapped our stuns because we're not in comm, so I could have actually stunned the ret there. That would have been better. Mind Flay Insanity for the DP. Void Torrent out of that. I try to let it trainal fully so I get the Mind Trauma stacks refreshed. Mind Games a Priest. JK Cycloned. Still get the Mind Games, I don't know. Trying to finish the red here. They're all kind of whittling away here. This is like without playing Shadow Crash and not really padding the pets too much. You'll see that I only really dot the pets when everyone else is lining me and I'm just looking to either get an Unfurling Darkness up to transfer to someone or just generate Insanity on my way to the fight. Fully channeling a lot of these Mind Flays. A lot of people will play Mind Spike as well, but I feel like having that extra talent point and something else, if you're free casting, can be beneficial. But free casting with Dark Ascension also feels really good, so I'm trying to find a happy medium between like when to play these different talents. The other reason why I like Mind Flay against some of these teams is that they are actually always running to the pillar, and Mind Flaying someone as they're running to the pillar feels really good. So if you look at my damage breakdown, a lot of apparitions. Apparitions are my second damage. Mind Flay Insanity also pretty high up there. Like doing 2.3 million with just Mind Flays felt pretty nice there. Get to the next game here. Surely we get a Cube up. This game I try long DP just to see like, alright, is it legit or what? I'm also in a 30-minute shuffle queue right now in retail. Holy cow. We got WizK the GOAT himself. Definitely feel like the comp we're playing is superior to the comp they're playing. DH is pretty strong, but Demo at the end of the day is just the dampener winner. So I'll dot these two. WizK is going to fear me. I don't even have Trinket on my bar, so that's something I need to figure out later in the game. I just bought a new Trinket and it's not on my bar. I'm getting trolled back here with the totems, getting outplayed by Upsurge, of course. PI from WizK, lassoed. I don't have Trinket on my bar. Now it's on my bar. Gonna get knocked now. But late to the fight doesn't mean I'm not gonna give up. Doesn't mean I'm going to give up, rather. So I'm gonna pop my PI, get my Void Form out here. He doesn't Tremor, so I go for the Double Fear. He's gonna drop a Tremor now. Really important that I get dots on the Shaman. It's good to kill Tremor when there's a Warlock on your team as well, because he will be fearing shit. So I have dots on all three. Now we just get back into the basic rotation of Mind Blasting off cooldown, using Devouring Plague. When you're playing long DP, I feel like, yeah, it's good to stack it on one target for a single target burst, but also like if you're playing with the Apparition talent, spread it around. Like you have, 10, 11 seconds on that DP, so might as well have it up on like 2 players at once. That seems pretty good as well. I don't know what like a PvE player would do. I'm sure they're just obviously like stacking it on one person. Master Spell of Fear. Really good. Try to punish the SP for playing aggro and in the open. Void Torrent, get those Mind Trauma stacks. Mind Games, have another DP. Trying to hit targets that aren't in Earthern is also beneficial, but when they're low, it's just like do whatever you can. Dots on all three again. Trying to make my way to half fear this. Upsurge does have Tremor. He Tremors somewhere. Killed it. It looks like I'm getting completely cranked on the DPS charts, but I can assure you that some of that damage is earned into pets, so we're actually holding up decently. Obviously, being able to cast a lot is nice. I'm not really getting trained. Just have to really play around the Shaman's Shear and all these fucking little, like, goddamn, Shamans are good. Shamans are so annoying. Like, when they're just constantly knocking you in a lasso and grounding and just, like, trying to pre-totem everything you do is really frustrating. So I stun silence the DH here. This is going to help me land a fear. Donning the Sham, death the fear. Okay, this is really good. Triple dots and power infusion. This is perfect. All I'm going to do is spam my Void Bolt, Mind Blast, DP. That's like kind of my rotation here. Void Bolt, Mind Blast, DP. If I don't have anything else, I'll Void Torrent. But that's kind of what I want to do. Void Blast, Mind Bolt, DP. Generate Insanity with Mind Flay Insanity as well. Pretty sure Void Torrent's more damage than Flay. So if you're like choosing between the two, just go for the Torrent. I canceled my Void Torrent to Void Bolt. I don't know if that's even the right play, because I think Void Bolt might actually hit harder and spawn an app. But yeah, stun the healer and the pillar. Silence. Kind of like just feels like we're winning the game at this point because they're so low HP. They have limited cooldowns. I'm trying to play aggro. I missed my fear on the Shaman. I need to refresh this. You always want this buff up Dark Evangelism, so the fact that I just let that fall is really bad. Even one tick of Mind Flay refreshes it, so I'll get it back up here with my Torrent. Notice how I'm also like, the Shaman is aligning me, which is fine because I don't have CC, so I'm just going to align the Wind Shear. Get my dots back up, and now I'm going to chill back here, just casting away from the Shaman so I don't get kicked. Spam Dam, spam and Purge. Got those long DPs up. My game's for 50k. What a great ability. Insane fucking capstone. Healer, stun DR just so I can get the fear. He actually trinkets the fear. Very nice. I Void Torrent, but I have no dots up, so I'm getting no Psychic Link value. Very sad. It was on the... Yeah, he dispelled my dots on the Void Torrent, so good play by WizK. Dot everything up. I feel like now that the DH has nothing, we should try to abuse him in the open. I have no dots on the Shaman, but right now I'm just going for kind of killing on the DPS. If I push into the Shaman, I'm going to have to deal with Shear. He just sheared my lock though, so I should be chilling to dot him soon. Dot him now. They want to get a fear. I want to pop PI and go nuclear as well. I kill ground. I'm going to stun the Sham. Fearing. Popping PI. Get my dots up on everybody. I'm gonna silence this, Void Erupt, Mind Games. I'm like single targeting into Dispersion, which seems really freaking noob. DH is gone over there. It's really important that I guess your Druid drinks or your healer drinks. This comp might also be really solid with a Shaman now that I think about it. Like if you can just lasso people away or static totem or whatever and just kind of lead people at the pillar, I feel like Shaman would be pretty decent for this comp. Healer's so all we gotta do is keep damage up and we'll turn it around soon. Dotted him there. Stormkeeper is a little scary. Drinking, I'm gonna mass dispel it. Where I just say fuck it. He comes out. Stun the healer. Silence. Mind Games healer. Void Torrent. Long DP. I hit the target that's not an Earthen for a second. Trying to generate those apps. Single Mind Flay with no Insanity just because rotationally there's nothing else to press. Mind Blast is on cooldown. No Insanity to DP. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I use dot on the totem just to get an unfurling because I know they have kicks. If I push in, I'll just get kicked. Void Torrent this guy. Trigger the stun. Mind Flay. Get the ticks for ground. Very good. Kind of getting weaned. When you're trying to dot Void Tendrils, that's when you know they're lining you. lassoed me. I have PI, so I feel like they're just gonna fall over here in a second. Fear them both. Set up here. Kill ground. Dispels mind games. If I get dots on the shaman, it's pretty much over. So now that you have triple dots, like, you just think about your Psychic Links and have so much more value, because every time you Void Torrent, every time you Mind Flay, it's going to be sucking everybody else at the same time. With the MS, just does a lot of damage. And there you have it. Big dampener. So this comp's just very durable. Lots of CC, lots of damage, and yeah, it's just kind of hard to pick a target between like the Demo, who has so many defensives, and then going on the Shadow Priest can kind of still get damage off while being trained, but then also allows the Demo to free cast. Like the Demo, if I'm getting trained, is gonna beat me in damage every time, and vice versa. So we're able to pump it out there. Let's check one more game. Face like another popular comp. RMP, classic comp, always good in the game. Probably more common to see with a Fire Mage than Arcane. I'm typing right now to No Guard saying that I'm just gonna only trinket for life swap, so we don't overlap anything, because we're not playing in voice. Big opener on me, stun the priest, just get dots out, very simple. Mage has altar up, so no point in really DPSing into it. Purged it. Trying to fear the priest here, feared him. Need to put dots in the mage for a DP. Just I don't even have one stack of my Dark Evangelism. It's so fucking annoying playing against the rogues, I swear to God. I want to pop PI here, just do damage. It's actually really good to pop PI when the enemy mage already has PI from the priest, his priest, because that way he's not getting like double value of having PI up by like 20 seconds of the time. Another pro tip is if you're playing with like an Affy and he gets kicked on Arcane, then you pop PI because you can't spell steal for whatever 6 seconds, which is, you know, PI is only up for a little bit, so if you can't take it for half the duration, that's a win. Triple fear, dot everything up. Again, we want to pressure the healer always just to make him use more mana. You will win a lot of games on mana as this comp, and just make him struggle to heal. Even if you never have the intention of actually like landing a kill on him, just pestering him is good. Instantly DB'd on my Void Torrent when I think there's no kicks. Very sad. I went to MD and then I realized, nah, it wasn't it. I gripped my healer and he got a bash, so it ended up working out in our favor. Blink CS by Seavark. Into a sheep, can't death it. Spamming death if I get out. This is Surge. Fear the priest. Of course, I'm growing on CD. My game's a rogue. I am playing that boosted my games just because it does a little bit more. I think I hit like 100k the other game. I faked Mind Flay, generating apps. Sounds priest. Do. I told Delgard that I wouldn't trinket until swap, and I just rage trinketed to get the fear to get aggressive. And I told him I rage trinketed, so he knows that I can't save him for an extended period of time. My game's a healer in the open. I don't know why, I just like doing that. I feel like it just makes him fizz. Like the mage doesn't really have that much self-healing, and neither does a rogue, so I think Mind Games just has more value on the priest. Seavark's coming to take my PI. I canceled it. How do you like that? Really need the one tick of Mind Flay here. Look at my Dark Evangelism fall. I'm such a noob. I'm such a noob. I'm such a noob. Now I only have a 1 point in it, so my dots are doing 9% less damage. If I get this torn off here. Yeah, I like the way I just spaced myself from the rogue there. So now I have full stacks. Try to get the Void Bolts out. On a target that's dotted, preferentially. Preferably. Mind Game's a priest again. Should have let an Insanity rip on him. This is awesome. Even though the healer isn't dead, he could die now. Like, he's off stun DR, so if we did, like, get a stun, the healer could die. Yeah, stun the healer and the rogue dies. We probably could have killed the healer in this go, too, because I had silence. Yeah, but super damp, super chill. I think we did pretty decent into most comps. Obviously, we have an insane healer, but Demo S-Play feels really good. Definitely try it out. I hope you guys had fun watching that. And yeah, stay tuned to the stream. There will be Cataclysm content coming. If you like Cata PvP, I will definitely be doing that. As well as more Dragonflight Arena, trying to push rating in 3s and shuffle, and yeah, we'll go from there. Cheers.